Hello and welcome to Wietzer's Woodshop. My name's Ted. We're going to make some things. All right, so this is going to be the start of the Hugekultur beds that I'm going to be making. So I'm at my neighbor's house right now. Going to use the tractor. We're going to use for the beds. This will be the nutrients for the bottom. So if you look up Hugekultur, they use rotted or decomposed wood. I didn't have any, so he had some. So we're going to use the homemade forks here, pick this up, and then we're going to transfer them over to the house. So we'll see how well this works. All right, round 3. Gotta watch that little tree. All right, so here's the deal. Here's the wood that we cut up, the fencing that we cut up. And we made it all, I made it all pretty much the same as far as the height. Some of the distance, or some of the width is a little bit different, but we're gonna match them all up anyway. So this, with the 4x4s and then some scrap that we have over here, this is what we're gonna put our garden beds together with. So, and in the middle of this, we'll probably use 2 panels long, 1 panel wide. And in the middle of this, we'll put probably a piece of scrap wood that we'll cut custom for the center, because when I put the gravel or the soil in there, we don't want it to bow out. So, because if you look, these aren't pretty strong. These aren't strong at all. So we got to put some kind of support and cross member in the middle of these, so I got to measure out what size screws we're going to put it together with. I brought out my chop saw. We're going to have that set up in front of the shop. We'll cut up those 4x4s to the length that these are by the height. And then we'll probably use six of those. And right now these are at 22 inches high, which is great for a raised garden bed. Well, hello, come here. Hey, girl. So what we'll do with the wood that I just moved all the way over, hi, Dutch, good girl. We'll cut that at least maybe a third of the way up. So then we can add some more debris and then use that decomposing wood as nutrients that feed all the plants or the vegetables and stuff that I'm going to plant. And then we'll go from there. So the next thing we'll do is we'll do a layout of what this is going to look like, and then we'll do a mock-up of how we put this together. And then I'm going to transfer them together to the place that I'm going to set them with the tractor, because it's just going to be so much easier to just put them in place with that. And then I should be able to go into town, get some soil, topsoil, good soil, and then don't have to spend a bazillion dollars on filling 3 of these up. So we'll see how the Hugekultur technique works. All right. So the best way for me to get this going, this will be my corner, and I'll do this on the inside. So I cut the 4x4s down to 24 inches, so because I'm going to probably cap them, make them look a little decorative, and then I'll clamp this together with both these and get those true. That looks really good. And get those into place, and then I'll pre-drill, and I'll use 4-inch deck screws, and we'll just hide these. And keep all the deck screws on the inside. Let's see if that goes in there. Yeah, that's perfect. And that should be, oh, there we go. Whoops, gosh. Sure, don't line up. Why did that come undone? There we go. Just make sure that stays square. Boy, these need to be tight. There we go. See if that works. Probably not. Yep. That'll work. And we'll do the same thing for the bottom. And then, so these will be the corners. Now we can do the same for the front part. And but we're going to modify this length, so I want to make sure this fit, but it looks like we can. And then I put 3 in the field there, so that should be plenty strong enough. All right, and then we got a different procedure for the middle, the length of these things, so we'll do that next. So we cut the ends to 3 feet, and then since we cut the other original end off with a 2x4 on it, I cut another treated 2x4. So we'll reattach it here, so that way we can reattach it to that corner. And then we'll just use these outside screws, or deck screws. All right, so this one, which is the header and or footer, whatever direction this goes. So got this clamped together, so then we can get this and then make sure this is parallel. Probably have to line it up a little better down there. So we'll put, I put 3 in there. We'll put 3 again in the field, and then we'll get that all tidied up. We'll see if this is, get this in there. Oh man. There we go. Make sure this is tight. This is what I didn't plan for. Maybe I should get better clamps. See how well this goes together. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Now for the sides, all I did was take another piece of fencing, leftover stuff, and then make sure these are parallel. On the bottom side, I'm kind of downhill, so I had to put another 2x4 underneath there and then clamp these together so they're flush, and then just go to town and make sure. And then this will provide a lip, so we'll be able to run a beam across 36 inches or a little less, and then reinforce the middles, so when we fill this with dirt, it doesn't bow out or break or want to break. So big thing is here, just line it up as flush as you can and drive her home. All right, so a couple of issues I ran into over here on the lengths. I ended up putting some supports so that wouldn't bow as much or separate as much, so it just makes it stronger. And then in the middle here, we're gonna put some old pallet wood, and then we'll screw it into this probably halfway up, and then that way it provides the strength going across, because we're gonna pick this up, this whole thing up with the forks on my tractor. So I'll probably put a pallet board, or a good pallet down, and then we'll put this whole thing on top of that and then just scoop up the pallet and then deliver it into place. So these are, everything's perfectly square and well, I guess rectangle. So what we'll do is we'll end up putting these in the middle, button these together, just about right there. Some of this fencing still has moss on it, so I guess that's organic enough for the garden we're building. So let me get this squared up, and then next step will be picking this thing up. Well, there it is. One planter finish. So what we're gonna do is, let's take this out of here. I think what we'll do here is, I left these tall, so I have caps for these, but I'm gonna take the belt sander and then smooth off all of this top surface. There's the middle supports, so this is super strong right now, and everything's there. The ground's a little uneven, so I'll probably build the next one the other direction. So everything's square and looking good. So I got those caps. I think they're up over there, so I can put those on as decorative or finish that. And then I might take some pieces of wood once this is all flat, and then just get rid of the edges so we don't have anything to get slivers with and stuff. So we'll be digging around in here. So all right, let's get this finished, and then we'll see about transport. So total opposite weather today. It's starting to rain, actually. So instead of putting the decorative tops on here, I got another idea. So let's see if this works. There you go. Consider yourself decorated. Okay, so here's the plan. We got this all sanded up, squared up, ready to go. Got the supports. So I put the pallet that's going to go underneath here on the forks of the tractor. So we're going to bring the tractor over here and then just lift this up onto that pallet. So I don't know if I have enough room. We'll see. Looks like I should, but got to do a little maneuvering, and then we'll know better. Next time we'll bring it out farther, or actually we'll build it this way. So it's because I got 2 more to go. So let's see what we can do. this one, one here, back this so next thing, these are short of our fence culture. It's a tradition that never use egg for them. So these first. Great. There we have it. So, like I said, the other ones are going to go along this side like a horseshoe, and they're going to be thinner. So I did this one at 3 feet wide, and so we'll do the other ones probably different, you know, obviously different plants. So then we'll end up with some narrower ones that we can reach and just able to get to. We'll probably, well, we'll put peas and different things in here so they have vines. And then the other ones, we might do some strawberries, and who knows, onions and carrots in the others. We'll see. All right, so 2 more to go.
Well, so much for this project. Now I got to go out there and get wet, put the tractor away. It's just really raining. Ah, crud. Yeah, there's Washington weather for you. Guess what? I get to work inside.
All right, this is the last one. See how easy this comes off. These are pretty light, so hopefully they stand up to the soil we put in, or well, all the debris that we put in here. A couple more. There we go. And let's move this over. Just pick it up. That's good. All right, so there you have it. Our raised garden beds. So, next video we'll have is me filling them up. Here comes a neighbor driving by. So that's number 3. That's what we're gonna do. And then eventually we'll have a fence around this. And then we'll start planting. So that'll be great. So we're gonna, next step, we're gonna be cutting up the logs and the decomposed stuff and put in the bottoms, and then maybe today or tomorrow I have to go pick up a wood chipper today. So We're going to use that for making mulch and just keep providing nutrients and warmth to the soil and the vegetables. And hopefully we have good crops this year. All right, thanks for watching. Part 2 coming up.